Hi guys, as promised, today I'm going to be showing you how I made these glitter garlands as well as the paper rosettes. Please hit that red subscribe button down below and don't forget to hit the notification bell right next to it so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Okay, so for these garlands I used these laser cut die pieces from the Dollar Tree. I picked them up in a floral pattern as well as in the stars. And I'm going to be using silver and gold glitter mixed together. So I'm going to start by dabbing on a generous amount of Mod Podge to the surface of the star. And once that's done, I'm just going to tap off some of the excess that's gone in through the holes. And now I'm just going to turn it around and dip that into the glitter. I apologize for the shaking. I was working on this project and multiple projects at the same time, so I was filming with my phone in my hand, so that's why it's very shaky footage, but I just wanted to show you what I was doing as I was doing it. So once those have completely dried, you're just going to seal the glitter in with another coat of Mod Podge over top of the glitter. Okay, so now that everything is set in place, we're ready to make our garland. So I'm going to start by cutting fishing line, a long length of fishing line. Now you can use ribbon or regular string for this, it's completely up to you. I'm just using the fishing line because I like the look of the invisible string. You're going to cut it out, and what I'm going to do is start by tying about 2 or 3 knots on one end. Use hot glue just to create a seal over there so that none of the stars can fall out of place. I'm going to start stringing my stars. So I'm going to put the first one in and I'm going to leave it maybe about 7 inches from the end. And I'm just going to tie a knot around the top. Again, I'm going to do the same thing with the second star. And I'm leaving a gap of about 5 to 6 inches in between each star. You can do it a little closer, up to you. And again for the third one, and so on and so forth. I'm sure some of you have noticed that these do not look like the stars that I just glittered. It's because these are not the ones. I'm using these for demonstration purposes. The actual garlands are still being used somewhere. But anyhow, so on to the next step. So what you can do is actually dab a little hot glue on the string of each star just to keep it in place. That way it will stay facing forward instead of twisting and turning while the garland is hanging. Okay, the final step is I'm just going to tie a couple of knots again on the other end and dab some hot glue on those knots as well, and your garland is complete. Here you can see it's hanging amongst the paper rosettes, which is coming up next. I also used some of the glitter flowers and stars and put them in the center of the rosettes, and I think it looked very pretty. So for the rosettes, I'm using 2 12 by 12 cardstock sheets. You're going to use your ruler and divide the sheet into 4 equal parts. Once you've done that, just take your scissors and cut them out. You should now have 8 equal-sized sheets of paper. On the back side of each sheet, take your ruler and mark every ½ inch. I like to mark at the top and then again at the bottom as well, just to make sure that my lines are straight when I'm scoring. And you're going to do that on the back of all 8 sheets. And for this you need some kind of object that can create an indent. So here I'm using a spoon. You could use a butter knife. If you have a scoring board, that's even better. That actually eliminates a bunch of these steps, but I don't have a scoreboard, so for people like us, just get something that can create a little bit of an indent, just so this is easier when you have to fold. Okay, so now that I've done that to all my sheets, we're just going to start folding in accordion fold fashion, front, back, and we're going to go ahead and do that with all the pieces. So now that's done, I'm going to just line up all the pieces, making sure that I have all the stripes facing the same way. This is very important when you actually begin the scoring part, so just make sure that everything is aligned properly before you start. Take one edge from each side and overlap and hot glue them together. We're going to basically make a long chain of all these pieces. And then you're going to glue the two remaining edges together into a circle. It should look something like a crown. And for the next step, I'm going to use my hot glue mat, but if you don't have that, you can use wax paper or parchment paper, just something so that the hot glue does not attach itself onto the surface. Start gathering this from the center. You can see what I'm doing here. You basically need to push down the center of this circle to create that flower shape. And yes, that can happen too. I find thicker paper, like the thicker cardstock, you need to work with a little bit more. So just be patient and just keep doing it and it will eventually push into place. Once that's done, hold it firmly together and dab some hot glue in the center. Hold on to it until it's completely dried. Okay, so once it's dried, this is what it will look like. Now we just have to add the center. So I'm showing you this gold one that I already completed using the same pattern sheets. And here is another one in black. And I just typed this Eden bark out on Word and printed it out and cut it out in a circle. And these last two, you can see I used the same wooden glittered cutouts that I used for the garland in the center of these. To hang them, just use some kind of ribbon or string, doesn't matter really. You can even use floral wire and just hot glue it onto the back, and you can use that to hang it up on the wall. You can use it with tape or thumbtacks. So these 3D paper stars that I have hanging here, I made those as well, but I will show you how I did those in a separate tutorial video. So far, I hope you've enjoyed what I've showed you, and I have a few more videos to come, so please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss those videos. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this and what else you would like to see from me, and please give this video a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you in a few days in my next video. Thanks for watching.